Do you know that I can figure out situations, at least a good part of the situation, by just one question, without the person even telling me about anybody they hang out with? I can tell you about some of the people they're hanging out with, only by the way they would answer me today, how they did not answer me last week or the week before. What I'm going to begin here now is to begin with that the greatest number we can have between two letters in the alphabet is 52. The minimum we can have by reversing a letter, any letter in the alphabet, will always be 27, but minus one from the other, okay? It will never be more than 25. 25 is breaking and entering. It is Earth. That means it is the greatest diameter, 25. The only way inside 25 is 25, 2 through 5. So that would be 2.1 to 4.9. To 4.9. So now 4.9, 7 times 7, 2.6, 13 and 13. So now I'm going to have to create, right now I'm going to stop the video, I'm going to draw something up. But before I do draw something up, I want to show you some basics of what I'm talking about. So, before I continue, I just want to say thank you, Levette, for the nice comments. Mary. Still want to know a little bit how exactly Mr. Messer does the backwards forward. For some reason, I seem to, the minute he starts something, I get another idea and I continue on to something like that. When everybody says, what'd you do today? I did this, I did that, I ate. 9 and 8, 9, 8. What is that 8? Why is 9 and 8? 9 and 8 is an automatic, okay? It's a cross, okay? It's the stand, and it's the outside. It's almost the greatest diameter. It's almost like saying, I'm on the cross. That's what it is. It is the bones. It is in between the two sides. It is the center. We need a center because it's the body that holds the arms. Arms hold the body. So we're going to get into this little thing over here. Here is the word Arabic. Here is the word French. Here is the word Spanish. And here's the word French in French. In French, they go artificial intelligence. They also say size right over here. 16. This combination says 16. Okay? Sciatic nerve at the same time. F and R, okay, says the cube, 1 through 6. When you add 1 through 5, it equals to 15. Look what happens when F6, okay, F6 reverse. This is the alphabet I was talking about. Everything's going to equal 27. That's why I minus it all. French and English, français, E-N-A-N. Okay, I don't know. This is the passageway. This is electronic world. This would be one pass, and this would be another pass. 5 and 1. Now the question is, what is 1? What is 5? Well, 5 and 5 is 10. Okay. That's 1 plus 0. 0, 1. Okay. So we go from this side to over here. This and this will create a scenario of 4 areas. A, B, D, E. That's this scenario. That square. The center of the square is C. Okay. So we're just going to go on and do this letter count over here. 24, 29, 39, 43, 53. French is 56. The second way of counting French, it's 30, 52, Earth. It was 52 Earth in the first 3, and it's 29 the birth. In the first 4, it's 65, the sun, alpha, beta, 5 and 6, 11, the coming of the sun, 1 and 1. And on this side over here, it's 43, the DC world, 32, the doorway, and 11, 1 and 1 on each side. That's why you have to do it. E and F go together. This is the family. E and F comes in through the R. Okay, and this R, arithmetic, electronic world, comes in through the ear. So if it comes in through the ear and you can't hear and something's wrong with your ear, what must happen through here? It also shows you that 5 and 22 shows you that it is V and E coming in. V and E. The opposite of this is U and F. 21 and 6, 27, U and F. This one over here is I and R, like in third. This one over here, 27, is 17 to Q. Okay, this is 1 and 7. This is the total range. This is the range. 1 is in the center. 3, 1, 3 one way. 3, 1, 3 the other way. There's more than one of these boards. 1, 2, 3 the center. Then 1, 2, 3 the center. This is what gematria shows us in art. A lot of this is art. There's thousands and thousands of different situation equations of plus and minus and multiplied only to get to the same number. So we're just going to continue with this. Okay, but at the same time, I need to do this. I already have it written somewhere else. My videos are long. My videos are long. They're long. I want to show you something else. Let's see where I wrote it down. I'm not sure. This is what I'm going to do. 2 times 9, 3 times 6, 4 times 5. Okay, this equals to 18, this equals to 18, this equals to 20. Plus 3, plus 3, plus 1. Are there any other numbers that can come to 20? 2, 3, 4. That's it. It's only 2, 3, 4 that'll come to 20. The cube, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is what the definition now of 666 is. Okay, inside the cube, okay, in order to get to 21, it's 3 times 6 plus 3. In order to create 3, you need 1 between 2. It's 2 times 9 to create 18 plus 3, 1 between 2. When you have this, you now have surrounding. You have 1 between 4. 1 between 4. 1 comes between 4, equaling to 5, plus 1 will have above and below on each side. This one is showing me, now I'd have to create this design. I have to create it. Okay, this is the sun. This is creation in Jupiter through the spirit of Neptune. This is where low shoe, spirit of Neptune, spirit of Neptune. We have to make the numbers perfect. We have to see the remainders. Remainders are not parts 3.1285. You're telling me a whole story inside the same gear. I don't want to know the story inside the same gear. I don't care. If the car says I'm going to Florida, I don't care what road you take. I don't care. I just want to know where you're going. Obviously, in the system of stars, okay, we're going to tell you what road it is by the rest of the numbers. But if you're going to start going 0.2564, I'm going to multiply everything times 3. And I'm going to get a more direct route for what you're doing. 3 times any number is 369. 3 times 2, 5, or 8, 666. 2, 5, and 8, 2, 5, and 8. 2, 5, and 8, the matrix of Earth. So inside of this maximum, all we can do is reverse this. 5 times 4, this will be 40, plus 1 and 1. 20 and 1, 20 and 1. 21, 21, 21, 63. 1 higher, 1 lower. Inside the birth, inside the sun, and creation. 3 and 6 are on the outside of 4 and 5. 4 and 5 are on the inside of 3 and 6. We had that equation before, Earth 2 and 5. We had to go to 2.1, and we had to go to 4.9. What is the distance between here and here? It's 30. Actually, it's 29. Because you have to understand all of number 3. 3 equals 10. 2 equals 10. 4 equals 10. 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5, 4.6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if you noticed over here, okay, we don't have any more numbers to use. We use 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in order to create the maximum we can get towards 21. 7, 7, 7, right? Inside of this 7, you'll have 5 and you'll have minus 2. Again, back to Earth. Inside this 7, you'll have 4 and 1, the IT system in the sun. Inside this 7, you'll have 2 and 3, which is communication, because it creates the letters CB, okay, code, beta, communication, secondary communication. Primary communication, receiving, and then outputting from the beta system. More energy than what you need for Earth, a lot more energy for what we do for Earth, and all the carbon that's actually in this planet and everything that we're doing is to run the other system. What? Is that possible? We're actually running this system hard because we need to run the other system naturally, because we ain't got nothing for the other system but what we put out over here. Everything that's going on in the other system, you need to build a road because we need to tap something a little bit deeper into the ground. I don't know how it works. It could be the negative effect that runs inside the gravitational pull. Can you say it that way? Because I know nothing. But make sure it rains. We need to transport that energy a little bit inside the dome. You raise the dome, you lower the dome, like Australia. Or how about the United Kingdom? How about Seattle under the dome? How about all these places under the dome, testing different kinds of domes? So we have 2.1 and 4.9. 7 times 3, add 1 to 6. It's over here. And 1 and 6 is 7. 7 times 7 is 49. The center of this is what? 1.4 minus 1.4 plus 1.4. Let's check that out. 1, 4, 1, 4. Here we'll get 3.5, and here we'll get 3.5. Bingo. 4 plus 1 part to a cycle. Here's 3 7s to create 21. Here we need, okay, 5 cycles of 7. It's 1.25 cycles of 7 in order to, let me explain it again because I stepped on myself. I have to rethink this. It's 1.25 because each cycle is 4, okay? 4 times 7 is 28, equals to the 28th cycle of the moon, equals to 1 ounce. 1 ounce, which is 16, the half-life, okay? 16 ounces equals an LBS, okay? An L, a B, and an S. LBs, okay? LBs. Now, I have to understand LBs. Female bees, okay? Breaking and entering an earth, artificial intelligence spirit. We have to hear the buzz in the air. Here equals to 17 and 7. It is the gateway, 717, 1771. How do you get that? Because minus and plus, and it'll create the word gel, just like in Mangalen, Mary Mangalen. We need to say these words. We need to, even if my stuff, if you don't understand my stuff and there's any interest in here to even understand anything I'm doing, you will actually be unknowingly helping an altered source. Everything we say in this system is filtered. It's like a tea bag. In order for it to go up into the created system that was created for us originally before it was transformed, okay, is a perfect system for understanding vibration. Vibration in the word we speak. Regardless, the system must learn everything because we understand. What we understand, the system knows. This is how it works. So by us taking part, we can alter the double system and it'll start glitching because it won't be able to how can I explain it? I wish I could because I don't know exactly how to say it. I just believe because that's how a normal system is, because the system is made up on thought. How's that possible? Well, then how do we come back to life again? Well, if you don't believe that you come back to life, because we don't come back to this life. And if we did come back to this life, our lips are sealed. Document seals equaling to the purple sky connected from both sides. One night is 8 hours. Then here's the day, and here's the other night, okay, 8 hours. And then you go to the next one, day, 8 night, day. 8 night, day. Because it works out. Because I thought of it. Because everything I have thought, and I believe to have my self-confidence with me at this point, is that everything I have thought and done since day one that I began this, even prior to me committing myself because I didn't want to have these feelings anymore of, in fact, it was just that one night. I liked the feeling. I felt like I was on top of the world. I can feel every vibration. The minute I looked at something, it meant something. Anyways, it's 14 minutes into the video. I have all kinds of stuff, all kinds of odds. 2 and 2, 5 and 5. The same numbers we just did, 2 and 2 and 5 and 5. I know it's very small, the paper, right? But let me go on the other side. 2 and 2, 5 and 5. And I believe the odds in the casino are 6 to 1. This will create 8, right? 8. This will create 35. This 8. Okay, let me do this properly. If I put a chip on this corner over here, if I'm playing roulette and I put a chip on this corner over here, that's 8. If I put it right on the number, it's 35 to 1. So right away I know, right? It's one of these corners, one of these 4 corners that are going to be connected with this center dot. Now, what number is it? We know it can't be number 6. The only one that can do this is 2, 5, and 8. Those are the only 3 numbers that can do this on the board. 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 23, 26, 29, 32, 35. It's the only numbers that can do this, because onto the left side, unless you connect 2 boards, now we're talking a little bit different. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5, 35. Add this, it's 43 DC. Minus this is 27, creation of the red sun. 7 times 2, 7 plus 2, 14 and 9 equals 23, right? Understand why? Take away this, it's 27. The creation of pi, 3.1415, 92, 6, 5. 8 and 9, the high sky, 23 and 23. Minus this, we have 5. Minus this, we have 7. G and E, passage through the moon. IN. Now take these 2 numbers, you get 62, because everything is 62. 1 add 2 is 3. 4 add 2 is 6. 7 add 2 is 9. Now everything is 3. 1, 4, 7, 3. 2, 5, 8, 3. 5, 3, 6, 9, 3. So everything is down 3 over 2, down 3 over 2. But the reality is, it's more than over 2. Because for me, each one of these has 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. And then the center, 4. 5, 6, 7. And then the center, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's got to be at least 11 across. And the reason for that is because of this. Wouldn't you say one of these is equal to one of these? 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. If they were all 9s, imagine if they were really all 9s and then you had to multiply it by the number position. This would be 9 times 9, 81. This would be 5 by 9, 45. This would be 9 times 4, 36. This would be 9 times 6, 54. Oh my God. 9 times 4, 36. 9 times 5, 45. You know what the number to love is? Love is 3645. That's right. 3645. That's where the band of love is. So I'm not sure what musically we can put together to understand. Is that the real word we should be using? Is this locking us up? Because black sheep is 2, 5, and 8. So we have to understand the numerological values that will work here and in games people play. 2 aces is good in poker, but a straight flush is much better. 5 different cards of the same suit. So these are all the things that bring us into the understanding through games. Announcing a quarter. So if you buy a 3.5 from somebody, okay, I have to work with that. It costs $25 to buy a 3.5. The value of the person is 10, and then 25 for the earth, and that's what brings the value in. 999. Okay, this becomes 7. This becomes 3. This becomes 1. This becomes 1. This becomes 3. This becomes 7. This becomes 6. This becomes 2, and this becomes 0.5. This becomes 6, 2, and 5. Just to tell you one thing, that 5, 1, 2, 5 and 1, okay, the penny area, okay, is both for Mars and Earth. They both have number 5, but Mars becomes a $sign, 1. Earth is 2 and 5. It's the change. Mars is the whole. Earth is only 1/4 of the 1. Mars is 5, 1. Earth is 5, 2. 15 seconds is 1/4 of time. 25 is 1/4 of 100. 25 and 15 says yo. So we know we now have the Billy B's over here. We went through the numbers 6 and 2 and 7 and 3. What do you think's next on this? 2 and 6, down 1 and down 1. The next one would be 1 and 5. And 1 and 5 would create Mars. So the 5 would go here, and the 1 would go here. So now we would see, because 5 and 1 are over here. I mean, I don't know if you're understanding me. If you want, I mean, if you were here to ask the question, I'll explain it. First of all, I have a great vibration for seeing things, which means Bohak and Cornished. It's garnished. That's the difference. But my explanation is 765. Okay, 765 because the 2 is 202 away from 9. So 7. So what we do is we go 9 minus 2 is 7, and then we go 5 plus 2 is 7. And then the same thing I'm going to do for this one over here. This is just the in-between numbers, 2 and 6. Okay. Another thing about 2 and 6 I forgot to mention on the calculator. I went 1 number, 2 numbers over. But when I go down, I don't go down 6 numbers, right? But when I go down this way, it's 1 plus 6, 2 plus 6, 3 plus 6. This over is 2, this over is 2, this over is 2. So now we're going to go with the last one. Okay. The last one is, the last one is 5, 1. Now this one, okay, goes for both Earth and Mars. But notice how Earth is in the center position. Mars full numbers on the outside. This is A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. 5 and 3 is the same numbers we just used right over here, creating center. 1 plus 2.5, which is the number to Earth. 1 plus 2.5 is 3.5. 6, okay, 6 minus 2.5 equals 3.5. All the numbers work out. 14 is this. 214 is the cycle of the moon. 1.4, the IT system passage of the sun. You ever think of this? The vertebrae to the greatest dragon animal that ever lived were the stars between the sun and the moon and the earth. The heart. If they say the oceans are being moved by the moon, then they're moving memory. Salt, alternator, memory, salt. Without your body, without the water, let's start doing science now. Let's become doctors. It's not hard to become these doctors. All we have to do is go online and study. What do we want to learn? We can learn and study, okay, the words of all those who created all the pages on the internet. And don't you think we'd be almost as understanding as them, especially if we hung as a group, one against a group of somebody's total memoirs? You don't think everybody would choose a page out of 100 people and we'd all seem to understand that page? 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 123, okay, times 47 equals to the year 5781. This is the end time. Over here, do you see what I got? 105, that's the hand of God. 105, hand of God. Comes in the IT system through the sun. Power up. It's 23 minutes. It's way, way too long. And I didn't finish with, I'm going to finish what I started with because there's more to this. I think I'm going to take it into the next video. Okay, but over here we have M and N that come together. The opposite of H is S. S and H come together, okay, as equal opposites. At the same time, the difference is U. The spirit heaven, the difference is I9. Inside the E, the V and the E in love shows that it is the gateway. It shows that it also the heaven. The M and N have 0, 1. That is the angel of the altered current, or the current on the altar. Okay, it also is 61, and the altar is Saturn, because that's the spirit of the half-life. That's the numbers works out to be. And if you put it on the cross, you have to turn the cross sideways. Okay, 6 would be in a corner. Okay, be in the corner of 9. Over here, same thing, 17 and 17, Q and H come together where I and I come together. Not even the same letters, look. R equals 18 and 9, H equals 8 and 19. The R family, see the difference just by 1. And we did this on the other page also, where 8 and 9 and 3.14 came together. There's a lot more things. I mean, I'm going to throw at you right now. What is L7? Well, L7 is her. 12th letter. 3rd letter, okay? 12th letter, 1 and 2 is 3. 3 times 7, 21 the cube. 12 times 7 is 84, which is 4 times the amount. The gateway in Pluto. Alpha, beta, father. I haven't done gematria reverse yet. If equals 69, of equals 15. 6 and 9, 15. 1 and 5, 15. The IT system in the sun. 6 times 9, 54. Plus 15 equals 69 again. 6 times 9, 54. 1 times 5, 5. 5 and 54, 59. The EI, the EIO. I think I'm expecting a visitor soon, so I'm going to be getting off. So anyways, F and R says if. 6 and 9 rotation. 6 and 9 rotation. The cube. See 1, 8 goes around 1. And anyways, I'm going to get back to this Arab, Spanish, French. And then I've got English. I've got English here. I've got Asian. Okay. And I've got an explanation of a different sort, a different kind of equation. And you can do this to anything. You can do this to anything. It doesn't matter. We're just moving numbers perfectly in order from one shape to the same shape. Okay. Coming with exactly like I'm just going to show you. 39. The 22nd letter minus the 5, okay, equals to 17. The maximum with the new number, 39 to sky. The difference is 1 plus 13 equals to 14, back to the same number again. Equals to the DNA. The first letter, A. 4th letter, D. The 14th letter, N. 7 gets the 20, goes to 13, command and create of 3 and 3. If, IF. IF comes from IRFOX. 24 and 9, 33. Let me do this better. 24 and 9, 15 and 9, 06 and 9 equals to 33 and 15 equals to 24 and 06 equals to 15 and 03. Here's another equation. 24th letter X. 15th letter O. Let's play XO, my friends. And this is not the only similarity. Put the O over the X and we get the center point. This O will create 4 points over the X. And it only can make an X because this is the box to run from corner to corner. You want to choose 4 boxes, or if you make an X inside a single box, okay, then you can find the halfway point, making X's inside the halfway box. The minute you put a circle around the X, you end up with 4 X's. Now, I know I'm all over the place, but I want to show you, the minute you do this, right, how many X's do you see here? Right? 1. You're going to say 1, right? But over here's an X, and over here's an X, and over here's an X, and over here's an X. These are your value 10X Roman numerals. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them. And after the 4 X's, right, what do you get? You get 50. XXX, right? C is 50 minus 4. Here's the big X. So anyways, you end up with 924, letter X. Here you end up with 57, number to the moon, 67, 72, runner of time. If we run just these two, this equals to the sky, right over here. The sky of I and I, total equals 57 the moon, 21 the cube, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 and 5 create 6, the letter F. Don't count this one with it. This says Mars creation of 6 and 9, the birth of man. Here's again Mars creation, the birth. A and E, the vibration, 4, 3, 2. Don't say 3, it's inside here, 3 and 3. This will become 66, 76, 86, 90. That is the birth, becomes 96. Let's put that here, 96. And this one will be This one will be the sun of Pluto. 48 is sun, 84 is Pluto. It also equals the half-life. This is 2/3 BC communication. This one over here, 7 and 8, is the split of the penny that they did in Canada the other year, where it made 1, 2, 8, and 9 come together to pay 0 patriotism. So now we understand this one becomes 3. This one becomes 6. This one becomes 6. 3, 6, 6. We use these two. We end up with 9 and 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Times 6 equals to 108 or 168. That is our week. 8 and 6, 101 away from 7. 108 is part of the Twin Towers. Add 3 to the final figure, 111. Can't forget the antenna, right? They had the building for the antenna, no? Basements. Anyways, thank you for watching this video.